Welcome back to Window on Well Street, a program that shares information about delayed food sensitivities. Sensitivities that may cause symptoms like headaches, chronic fatigue, ear infections, fibromyalgia, digestion problems such as IBS, and even ADD or ADHD, to mention a few. I'm Dr. Gabriela Cora, your host, and in today's program, we'll be taking viewer questions from patients who've invested in an immunobloodprint, a simple blood test that identifies foods which could be the cause of many symptoms. My guest today is Katie Sweetrock. Katie, welcome.
Thank you.
Katie, tell us a bit about your background.
So I'm a health advisor for immunolaboratories. I actually help clients that have tested and have received their immunobloodprint implement the diet changes that we recommend.
It's great to have you here today.
It's a pleasure.
Let's go to our first question.
Hi, this is Charlie from Detroit. I just got my immunobloodprint results, and I tested positive for cheese, but I'm confused. Must I eliminate all cheeses, or is there some that I can eat?
So this is a very, very common question, and it can be confusing because we test both cow's milk and cheese on the standard immuno panel. There are two proteins a person can be reactive to in dairy products. There is the casein protein and the whey protein. The whey protein is often referred to as the liquid portion of a dairy product, and the casein protein is often referred to as the solid part of a dairy product. So if a person reacts positively to milk and not positive to cheese or negative to cheese, they can eat casein-only cheeses because the cheese that we test only contains casein. So if they are negative to that, that shows us that they are not reactive to casein.
So what can they eat?
So the cheeses that contain casein that they can eat because they're not reactive to casein include Kobe, cheddar cheeses, Swiss cheeses, provolone, Parmesan, any cheeses where the whey protein has been removed. So these are casein-only cheeses.
I see. And which can they eat instead?
So those are cheeses you can eat if you are not reactive to cheese. If you are reactive to cheese, then you should avoid all cheeses.
Okay, great. How about other milk-related products?
So there are other dairy products, including yogurt and butter. Those contain both proteins. So that contains both the whey protein and the casein protein. So if you are reactive to either of those proteins, you need to avoid those dairy products.
Any alternatives?
Oh, there are many alternatives, and they're becoming more and more prevalent. There's great almond milks on the market, rice milk, soy milk. There's coming out recently that's very tasty. There's also, you can make your own milk out of any sort of nut using a grinder and actually extracting your own milk from them.
Great. Let's summarize this a little bit further. So let's say that I am allergic to milk, but not to cheese. What can I have as a replacement there?
So the cheeses you can have, again, are those cheeses that I mentioned, provolone, Parmesan, cheddar, Swiss, and Kobe. The other things that you can eat, those are really the only dairy products you can eat. All other dairy products made from cow's milk need to be avoided.
We've got Dr. Mikael Parsons standing by with some alternative food ideas. Dr. Parsons, any ideas for our caller?
Is there life without dairy? Yes, there is. I know for many of us it's a hard concept to wrap our minds around. How can I live without my cheese and my milk? But remember, that's not something that we have to survive. It's something that we've gotten used to, mainly because of advertising, and it does taste good. So one of the first things I want to talk about is calcium is in other foods. You can get it through broccoli. You can get it through eating a variety of vegetables. You can also get it by doing a supplement, and especially if you're dealing with a child with a dairy and milk allergy, doing a chewable calcium supplement is going to meet their nutritional needs. But you're used to drinking milk. What are you going to do? Believe it or not, there are milks from other things, such as almond milk, which is one of my personal favorites. There's hemp, oat, soy, a variety of different milks available. I do want to caution you though, read the label because some of them are actually sweetened, especially the soy. Soy tends to be a little bit bitter. So you want to make sure you're not getting additional sugar. Now, there's lactose-free milk. Is that something that you're going to be able to have? Not if you have an allergy. Remember, it's the casein and whey that's an actual allergy. A lactose issue is you are lacking the enzyme to break down the milk sugar. Two separate issues, but they can cause the same type of symptoms. Another question that I get asked often is, what about chocolate? Oh my gosh, does that mean I can't have chocolate? You can. You can have the dark chocolate, which is actually better for you. Any of the milk chocolate products have dairy added to it. So you're going to have to switch from your light or milk chocolate to the dark chocolates. Another common question is, what do I do for protein? We are so reliant upon our whey-based protein shakes. Now, whey is a component of dairy, as you know, and if there is a casein issue, most whey protein products are going to have trace amounts of casein. This particular product I have found to be okay for most people to have with a casein allergy, provided you're okay with whey. But there are other protein options. For example, just a straight rice-based protein. There's soy protein. There's hemp protein. So once again, contact your healthcare advisor, or you can stop by your health food store to get your other choices of proteins. But what about those of us who love cheese? Man, what are you going to do about that? Believe it or not, there are alternatives for cheese as well. You can do an almond cheese. There is soy cheese. So have no fear. Yes, your lifestyle is going to be changed a little bit, but you do have other options.
Thanks, Dr. Mikel Parsons, and to you, Katie Sweetrock.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
We'll continue with Window on Wells Street after the break, but may I encourage those of you watching who may have a family member, a friend, or coworker experiencing similar health issues to forward the link below to them. And if you haven't had your immunobloodprint, please learn more and get yourself tested. Remember, there's a hidden link between what you eat and how you feel. I'm Dr. Gabriela Cora, and we'll be right back.